As a kid, I always knew I would be an entrepreneur. My first business, I was 8 years old and I cut grass. And I cut grass from 8 till I was 21 years old. And the idea, the freedom of being an entrepreneur, kind of paving your own way, is always attractive to me.
Dallas is a trailblazer. He's well known for having broken into one of the early people to break into commercial real estate as a Black professional. And ever since then, he's left a pretty significant mark. He's done transactions large and small, but throughout it all, he has managed to remain T. Dallas Smith, the same person that you knew decades ago. That's who he is today. Success hasn't changed him, and that's probably one of his best traits. And whatever work he does it with other people in mind.
The reality of it was I had no idea until I met the young guy who's now the president of our company, Leonte Benton. And God, I feel like he used him to really bring me to what I've been called to do. I'd been in the business at that point 20-something years, but now I feel like I'm really in my calling because I met this kid who quite frankly reminded me of myself. He was hungry, wanted to get into the business, and God frankly said, hey, you can help this kid unlike anybody was ever able to help you. This December, we'll have been together for 18 years. We just left the conference. We had 9 people who looked like me in our booth, and that was something I didn't see while I was coming up in this industry. This industry is still less than 3% people who look like me. So to help grow this industry, to be known for quality work, a diverse workforce, and these are young folks who are gonna make a real big difference. They'll do bigger things than I ever even dreamed about. That excites me.
He's probably single-handedly been the most impactful person in my life because of his tutelage and the time we've spent together. I feel like that's resulted in me being able to be an excellent father, husband, leader of the community. He taught me this business, which has allowed me to travel the world and also live out my purpose of helping people help themselves.
A lot of people influence the next generation by being accessible to them, speeches, postings, etc., etc. Dallas is a little bit more direct than that. All you have to do is look inside his organization and you see who works there. And he is cultivating a next generation of leaders. So he's doing it in the most personal way possible and in the most empowering way possible.
Dallas is an amazing role model for the next generation. Because you can't, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And that's just Dallas to the core. He just devotes so much time to helping others and opening doors for others. And, I think he always remembers and takes great pride in where he came from.
The advice I would give to the generation that's coming up, don't limit yourself. Always think big about everything that you're thinking about. If it's been done before, do it bigger, do it better. Constant improvement. Around here, we always say, stay green enough to grow.
I would say that Dallas could win awards from a lot of different organizations for a lot of different reasons, and they will all be well-deserved because he impacts the city and people in a lot of ways. And I think the Junior Achievement is doing something very deserving by giving this award or this recognition to Dallas.
Proudest moment for me is to see younger people coming up, training them in the business, watching them making their first check and doing well, being able to take care of their families. Quite frankly, that's the most exciting thing to me.
When I think about Dallas's impact in Atlanta, one, he cares so deeply about this community. And that comes through anytime he talks about, significant issues in our city. But he's a doer. And so a lot of people talk about issues. Dallas is one that rolls up his sleeves and answers this calling that if you talk to him, it's sincere. He was put on this earth to make a difference.
It's opportunity, it's exposure, It's nothing to be in the grocery store and see Ambassador Young or Herman Russell back in the day, or Jesse Hill, these iconic business people that we have the pleasure of growing up with and seeing on a regular basis. There's a lot of cities across the country you can't say that. But here in Atlanta, it is the place where dreams are made of. And I do believe it is the Black Mecca, not just the Black Mecca, it's the Mecca, period. And it's an opportunity for anybody who looks like me specifically could come here and see people doing really well, living in nice houses, driving nice cars, having businesses. Again, I don't take that for granted because I know that's not the story in every city across this country. But there's no place like ATL.
He's a true icon. He has been a tremendous blessing to this city. He has been a tremendous blessing to this industry, and he's just a special individual. Like he always say, Atlanta born, Atlanta bred, and when he dies, he's gonna be Atlanta dead.
T. Dallas Smith is a laureate in the J.A. Atlanta Business Hall of Fame.